All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we're live, maybe. It looks like there's 6 people here. So I'm not sure though that my mic is sending any sound out. If anyone's in the room, you guys say, "Yep, we are we can hear you." Check. All right, looks like feedback I'm getting on screen is that we are live and we're going good. Hey, William Osh, what's up? Did I pronounce your name right? Osh? Mosby, good to see you, my friend. This is very weird because Jackie and I literally just had this idea this morning or last night or something. Ash, got it. All right. It's funny when you meet people that you've only seen their names online or whatever, and there's a real person and they have a name that they pronounced it one way their whole life, and I don't get to make it up. So it's always really interesting. But so Jackie and I wanted to kind of set up this stream really quick just to get a quick idea of how we can help. I spoke to the head of education over at Adobe just a couple days ago, and he was talking about all of the plans that Adobe has for how to get the software in the hands of kids. And I know it kind of came a little too late for people. I've seen stuff on social media, but we're looking at lesson plans that we can do. We just put up the Spark stuff is all online, and that's free software as well. They can do it on a computer, they can do it in a Chromebook, they can do it on a phone. So Spark is an excellent piece of software to kind of kill a week of coronavirus vacation. And we're just sort of looking for input from you guys on other things that we could do to help support teachers and students while people have a longer than anticipated spring break, which is pretty awesome if you're a kid. It's pretty awesome if you're a teacher. But I think all of us have some concerns about what's that going to mean when we get back, and what's expected of us as teachers. And I just realized this shirt has a pattern that's going all moire on us. So apologize. I'll have to pay attention to the wardrobe when I'm doing videos. But, and William, do you prefer William or Bill, or no real preference? But for both of you guys, are there any ideas or any suggestions that you guys have on things, and I'll get a notepad out, on things that we can do to support you guys or to let us know what's going on with your classrooms right now with everything kind of shifting with all this crazy stuff? Either's good. Okay. Are you guys out for a while? Do you guys have like I think Mosby said it's the 6th of next month, the 4th or the 6th. I think it's the 6th of next month. Moby's out until then. Well, there's all kinds of things that we're trying to figure out right now. Yeah. That's what I thought was the 6th. So yeah, honestly, we're just trying to figure it out, and in partnership with Adobe, we're trying to figure out what's the best way to serve the population. There are people, everybody knows about YouTube, but not everybody knows about Brainbuffet. So we just figured if we put stuff on YouTube, it'd be easier for people to find it that don't know us already, that aren't familiar with us. We have to learn a whole bunch. Honestly, this is still feels to me like this huge classroom experiment. I don't know what I'm doing. Failure is a part of my everyday experience here at Brainbuffet, and I kind of like it that way, to be honest with you. I think that's how the world works. I think that's my message all the time for the kids. And so it's always just a matter of figuring things out. So in my personal goal is, how do if I could make it so that we could pay all the bills and give all of our tutorials away for free, I would do that in a heartbeat. That's totally my dream. I just don't know how to do that. I'm a little nervous. What if I do throw it out there all for free? Then how, will we be able to pay the bills? I don't know. So I'm meeting with the guy from Adobe. He's got a lot of experience with this kind of stuff. So we're hoping to figure some more out. Let me see what Bill said. The biggest struggle is to the software. Yeah. So I know that Adobe did something, and it was, it was too late for what nobody knew was coming. So I don't fault Adobe for it at all, but I know that the software is available for free for students, and I can't remember exactly how it all works, but they sent something out, and I will try to find that information and send a link, or we'll put it on social media. I use Twitter personally the most, so we'll try and do it on Twitter and Facebook as well. Maybe I'll even try and make a comment in here, but Adobe just sent out a newsletter about all of their changes and how to get the software to kids to download at home. And I want to say it was like a 3-month trial, or maybe to the end of the school year even, which, Adobe hasn't always been able to figure out how to make all that stuff happen. So it's really cool that we've got this new guy on the ed team who's really trying to kind of build everything up, and also trying to figure out, like, how do we, what now? Because Adobe, it's such a big ship, it just turns really slow. So this unfortunate situation we're in with this virus and shutting down schools and all got a little bit of a fire, going, that, Adobe's kind of running around trying to figure it out, but it is really late. Hey, Adam Colson's here. Nice to see you, Adam. Yeah. Teach anything everyone doesn't have access to. So how do you guys feel about doing like what if I did like paper-based stuff? Like, I could start doing like a lot of and it's admittedly hippie because that's sort of just the way that I always rolled my classroom, but we would do like personality research. We do, which always I worked it into the soft skills stuff, because when you know yourself, your strengths, what kind of team to build, and maybe we can kind of try and work in a lot of that kind of stuff. I'm not really sure. Yeah, we're at as big a loss, I think, as everybody. I don't know how big of a company we seem to be to most people, but like this, literally, the studio used to be my dining room. Like, I'm in my house, and like I can see my kitty right out there, and sometimes in the videos you can hear her and stuff. Like, this is just one goofy dude trying to figure stuff out and how to help people. So there's so much that I feel so inadequate. You get that whole imposter syndrome thing, and I struggle with that pretty bad. So, but just lots of cool things are happening, and I'm like, well, how do we, I can afford to lose some business now because it's been so good. We can afford to take some risks, and I'll still be able to pay the bills. So now I'm like, yeah, let's do it. Let's just see what we can throw things out. Yeah, getting through the wait. Bill's got named licenses, so you have software. They don't have internet. We use named licenses, so they have the software. I don't understand, Bill. They don't have internet, so you think like some of the kids at home don't have internet access? Drawing and design lessons. Yeah, I was thinking about that a lot too. Like, I always did the elements and principles on paper, again, the first couple weeks, because how like kids never. Well, down here in South Florida, it's a very transient community, and kids a lot of times don't show up the first week because all the schedule changes. So I always had paper-based stuff and just assumed I'm laying kind of a foundation that's helpful, but not totally necessary for my course and for certification, but good for kids. And I'm kind of thinking maybe we can try and do some of that stuff. So yeah, the elements and principles, and I loved doing it on paper too. I think it's good for kids. I remember at Adobe 2 or 3 years ago, there was this big push for sketching, and that drawing was the essential skill, the most important essential skill. It was when they did ink and slide. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was kind of a pen thing to draw on your iPad. Very short-lived project, but that was sort of their experiment into that, but it is just critical. And even like, if you're familiar with The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, She even says journaling every day. Even as a visual artist, journaling is a huge deal. So I'm trying to read comments here. Simply get through the wait. Yep, rolling back a little. Drawing lessons, okay. We have access to Adobe, but can't download or install. So you guys, why can't they download or install? Because like the district needs to get in and do something. It's something about the way that that the Adobe software is, or is it a district issue? Yeah, and I hear what you're saying, Adam, about they're paid for testing and old computers or Chromebooks. Yeah, okay. Companies giving internet access. So you guys live in, yeah, I guess, I've always lived in kind of not metropolitan, but I've always lived in big cities, bigger-ish cities, and kind of the lower end of the affluential or the affluent area. So most of our kids had computers and internet. That wasn't normally a thing once I got into the tech schools and like a lot of magnets and stuff. So it's the internet access itself that's a challenge for the kids. Got it. Yeah, man, I'm just, you know what? I want so badly to be involved in helping, and I don't know what to do. I think a lot of businesses feel that way. I think this is how people at districts feel. I think teachers feel this way. But we just want to be there with you guys in the trenches and figure it out and give out my computer to school as we left. Wow, that would have been cool. Yeah, my last school was a 1-to-1 notebook school, and that changes everything. Like it was, yeah. And, just schools need to start moving into that. It's like, I get it. Kids are going to lose them. They're going to break them. But with all that we spend on textbooks that go out of date, you could buy one decent laptop for a kid and have the state develop a curriculum or whatever. Some teachers all make some huge wiki that becomes the textbook. And it'll be such a cool, fluid, curriculum. See, Scotchco had some web app that would allow kids to get. Huh. I know that Adobe was trying to do something where there was like this Photoshop Online thing that would work with Chromebooks. And I don't know where that whole project is at the moment. It's, I saw it work, when it was kind of a beta thing, but I haven't seen anything about it since. Yeah, Chromebook's the best solution. Like the only solution I know that's sort of Adobe related is Spark. I know for a fact works on Chromebooks. PSF is the same on those phones. Have you guys tried Project Rush? It's a video thing that's like supposed to be a hybrid phone computer thing. It's kind of Premiere. It's in the Premiere family. It's called Rush, Adobe Rush. It's pretty cool. Rush and Spark are the only ones that I know are really mobile forward, that Adobe designed them pretty much intentionally to be used for, phone access, live Android stuff, and that kind of thing. I'm just thinking also about like lessons and stuff. It's going to be hard. Like I would love to do something like this where kids get on and we're drawing and stuff. And maybe I'm going to have to figure out how to share my screen, and I can use a tablet or something and do some really cool like design projects, like hand design, like hand logo stuff is always really fun. That was one of my first couple week things, and just try and figure out like what to do, how to make the biggest dent in this whole massive convoluted problem we're all experiencing together. I just want to figure out a way to help. So feel free to send info in on the site, and send in questions on the contact page at the site, or email help@brainbuffet.com and we can kind of look into that. Gotcha. So Bill's saying that we could work on the soft skills stuff. And actually, I am working on recording all those videos now. Yeah, logo design was always my favorite for computers down. We did that a lot during like the big state testing things. It was always logo design on paper. Design principles. Yeah, that's all in that domain one. All of that stuff is that kind of question answer section is a lot of domain one. Vocabulary. All right, cool. Do you guys think, is it worth it? Is it a wise thing to do? Is it interesting to do like the live YouTube stuff and kind of get feedback and you guys can kind of have a voice, or would it be better if I just recorded stuff and, you know, Jackie and I and the team just record stuff and upload it and you can send it out and share so it's not time specific? I'm pretty sure that this can be like recorded, and I think it is recorded like kind of automatically. And then it'll be something that kids can look at later. I don't know if that matters, if that's a wise thing. I'd love it if you guys could actually get in and, you know, you could contribute and hop in to the conversation. And, you know, Scott could give a lesson and Bill could give a lesson, Adam could give a lesson, and we could just kind of share or talk. And that, like, I like collaborative kind of projects, especially with you guys, because, you know, you guys are, Bill, I don't know when you came on, but Adam and Scott, I know that you guys have been around forever. Both you guys have been around forever. Adam, you were a Game On guy, I think, even, weren't you? I think that's how we met. You were doing Game On, I think. A meet and broadcast. You like the live? All right, cool. That'd be fun. Really? Dude, that is so... So Adam, it would be fun to do one where we just talk about gamification, because now that I don't have a classroom of my own, it's like, can't play with it. But all right, Bill's been about 3 years. Man, Adam, yeah. And that is how we met, right? Adam was Game On stuff. I'm pretty positive that's where we initially met. I'm just kind of looking at the notes here to make sure I got stuff. So I could do a meet and then broadcast that live. So do you guys know what platform I would use to do like a live group type thing? Yeah, 7 years ago. That's what I thought. Dude, those were good times. I'll tell you what, the Game On experience was one of the best things to happen in my classroom. A huge challenge. And I kind of miss, Google Hangouts, WebEx. So Google Hangout, and then what would I do? Record it, or does it plug into, it's Google, so it probably plugs in somehow to YouTube? Have you guys ever done any of this YouTube live stuff? Like I was on the phone with Jackie and I was like, I don't know, there's a button. And we clicked it and just kind of tried it. WebEx, I don't think I have access to, unless it's a free thing. I do have a Mac. I'm actually switching back to be a total Mac guy. And then I've got Parallels when I need to go Windows. It's separate from YouTube. Okay. Crowdcast. Okay, let me write that down. Crowdcast. So Crowdcast is the thing where multiple of us can all get on. And then, a new person. Hey, Robin. Hi. Thank you so much. And I'm so glad that you're here. Like, this was totally a last minute thing that I would like to do more often, to connect with people and just see how we can support everybody. And I don't know if this is the best platform. It was just sort of the easiest in there, and it worked the first time I tried it today. So I'm really happy. Oh, I can see that's 1 or 2 people. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out, this is something I need to research, but feel free to send stuff in. Wow, 67% pass rate on the first try. I think a lot of you guys are doing better than me, which in some ways makes me feel bad, but other ways it makes me feel super proud, because it's like part of it, I think, was honestly like my whole classroom discipline thing was, it might be obvious just from the way I deliver videos, is not my strong point. So the kids kind of, it was squidgy. Things were squidgy all the time in my classroom, but I didn't rent. Oh, thank you. I'm also, what's going to be a challenge for me is that I'm a crybaby. I don't think that ever comes through in the videos, but not when I get scared or whatever, but like when I'm proud or feel inspired, that's just that's my favorite feeling. And now people are going to see it. So now the whole world knows. That's great. There goes my man card. So yeah, Robin, I'm super excited to hear about how much you guys are doing with the ACA. It's such a weird thing that this just started because my district bought us this learning stuff that my kids, my personal students in my classroom just hated. And every time I turned it on, they'd get mad and they'd gripe about it. They're like, why don't you just do it, Schwartz, and make fun of Mike Davis when you're doing it? Because there's a kid in every class that I picked on. It was kind of like our thing. And it was just the early videos. I don't think they're around anymore. I don't know. Jackie might actually have them. But I would literally be like making fun of students in my class on those old videos. And that was just always kind of fun. The kids got a kick out of being outed on the internet. But we've got a bunch of research. We just got a bunch of research that we got to figure out. What's the best platform? What's the best way to do this? We are looking also, and I'm going to try and wrap this up. I want to never be more than 30 minutes on these, I don't think, unless we plan that and it's what people want. But we're definitely looking at podcasts and or videos kind of like this, like live things, just talk to the camera. I've got another friend that's a teacher that teaches like English and stuff. He's kind of a movie guy, so he's interested in doing that kind of stuff. So maybe we'll even get some, just teacher chat only type stuff where we talk about classroom management or strategies or the way we kind of manage things. My way was always really weird and unique and trying new things and screwing up all the time. And I would love to get you guys in and just hear about, like, Adam, I totally want to hear what's going on with Game On in your classroom. Because like I saw the new one where there's like the map and it gets built out and it just seems like it got really complex, but like kind of organized, but still had the whole choice thing in there. And I'm super excited about seeing that. And so even just having you walk through your course would be fun. I had a lot of fun creating in mine a whole narrative. So it was like the world building part. So I had like this sort of theme about it. And I think I just took that site down and killed it. I should have left it up so we could look at it some. But if it's still up, I'll try and find it and share out my orientation for you guys, because they were just kind of cool, fun projects in there. A lot of stuff that would be really good for this time right now. So phone and take pictures of outcomes. We can deliver an online video. Their phone, take pictures of outcomes. Yeah, sometimes it's hard to understand what people are asking for, especially since I keep talking. So I know people, what? I think somebody said there was a bit of a delay. So I think sometimes you guys are responding to something. It doesn't show for me until it's kind of like already passed a little bit. Yeah, Adam's talking about doing the stories. So we'll talk another time. Adam, let's do one together. Figure out how to do this live with 2 people, and we can just kind of talk about the whole gamification experience. But yeah, that first year was a wreck. Like, it was a wreck because it was super buggy. I think you were there at the beginning when it was crazy buggy too. And it we'd lose all the user data and stuff, and kids would have to start over. That happened like 3 or 4 times in the first year. And like the first couple of months, even like to the point where the kids were sort of, Schwartz, this isn't cool anymore. And so a lot of figuring it out, but I think it's pretty solid. The Rush resource is called Adobe Rush. It is a video platform. It's a Premiere type thing, and Adobe designed it to be like super friendly cross-platform. So you can record some on your phone and then put that video on the timeline, and then it all uploads to the cloud. So then when you're done, you can be home that night and add some stock that you've got maybe on the hard drive using your computer, and then produce it on the iPad. It was supposed to be this wherever you're at video production tool. It's called Adobe Rush. I was originally actually going to use it to make videos of the trip that I did to India a couple years ago, where a lot of the photos are in the new tutorials. But it was my phone microphone died like literally like 3 days before I left. So yeah, I absolutely love my gamification experience. It was fun. You know what? The classroom was fun. Honestly, there's days I really miss it. But now I know that I do like a little bit more good, which is kind of like this intrinsic thing that I've got, where this whole save the world a little bit. I got a little bit of that. And I know that I'm doing more good now than I used to, because I used to only affect a couple hundred kids a year, and now it's like, thousands of kids a year. But I don't get to see it, like seeing a kid smile, or when a kid goes, they're kind of working and they go, oh, dude, I got it, Schwartz. That's my favorite feeling, and I don't get to ever see that. And I'd love it if kids got in on these videos and channels and stuff. But anyway, it's been about a half hour, and I want to try and keep this to a half hour. So I want to be sort of predictable. So I really appreciate everybody's input. Robin, it was super nice to meet you. I know this was like way last minute. Honestly, we weren't sure if we'd be able to do it, but it looks like it's working. People showed up. Things were said. We had things, the connection was made. So this was the biggest part of it. Jackie and I have been talking about doing a podcast for educators about just like how to deal with the classroom, because both of us had pretty unique approaches to classroom discipline and the attitude about being a teacher, and that I think are good attitudes for teachers to have. The whole, kids over content type kind of concept. That's so funny. Yeah, I think we sent out a newsletter, but it was like literally just in the last couple hours. So fun that you stumbled on it, Adam. It's really cool to see you. And Robin, super cool meeting you. Bill and who else was there? Oh yeah, Mosby. So I can see the numbers dropped a little bit, so it's hard to tell like who's in and who's out. But we're going to try and do this fairly regularly. What day of the week is it? I think it's Tuesday. Pretty sure we're going to do one Thursday. Pretty positive that we're going to do one Thursday night, probably this same time-ish, but we will send something out, and it'll be in a newsletter. And we're honestly just figuring this out because this hit us as fast as it hit everybody else. So don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll figure it out with you guys together. I know we'll kind of make something cool happen. Really, really excited. All right, so yeah, Jackie, there's Jackie. So we're going to figure this out, and sooner or later we'll have kind of a pretty cool little system down. And this might be, we've been talking about doing this a long time. So thank you, COVID-19, for the opportunity to get in touch with teachers and kids the way that we've been saying we want to for a long time and forcing our hand. That's how it happens sometimes. So I think I'm going to roll now, and we'll reach out to you guys, and I will start looking up my old lesson plans, and we'll try and get those up. And I'd like to do maybe 2 of these a week, where one is kind of a little bit more kid and a lesson focused, and then the other one might be kind of a teacher hangout, like talking shop and bringing other teachers on and talking about what's going on. So that's it, guys. 30 minutes is what I said. It's saying 29:44. So I want to end right at 30 minutes. That will be a win for me. So that means that I am out of here. And I will talk to you guys soon. Keep up on our social media. We'll let you know what's happening. All right. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rob. I'll talk to you guys soon.